Welcome. Today's chat under the sun. It is November 20th, 2015. I'm Alex Ansary, coming to you from southern Colorado, the Sangredo Cristo mountain range, blood of Christ, as they call it. Coming to you in the land of heightened tensions, the San Luis Valley, specifically Costilla County, the epicenter of the war on off-the-grid living with Daryl Carter, the latest casualty. But I don't mean that literally. For our spirits and bodies are anything but dead. But our time here, for now, has been terminated. It is important that people understand that we are seeing this refugee experience across the planet. And we are seeing people engage in occupations that result in the deaths of other people. We live in a world where people make their living hurting other people, stalking other people. And there have been few others in Costilla County that have been as passionate as I about exposing the things taking place here. So is it any reason that Costilla County, the Sheriff's Department, have become my number one fans? My number one fans. My number one fans. My number one fans. And so I sit in this reality, aware of it, so we take a deep breath. And release. Slowly. There's place for grounding in everybody's life. We live in a very tense world. A world at times that seems to be possessed by foreign energy. At times human beings act like they're possessed by foreign energy to create wars with other people, to go out and hurt other people, to evict other people, to murder other people, to arrest other people, to set up other people. There are many people on this planet that are here because of something that they've done in the past. It's not a reward to get sent here, especially to get sent here multiple times over and over and over again. And there was a video that I watched on YouTube featuring a man who was traveling up and down the West Coast with his son in an RV. And he had some issues with the cops here and there, having a really fairly large RV. And in one of the cases, documented the cops trying to set him up. Something that would have resulted in this guy getting his vehicle towed. Claimed that he had been camping in his RV even though he just parked there for the day. And we see this demonic energy rising in human beings, not only in those enforcers, but those that allow the victimization of others. Well, if he can't do that, well, if I can't do that, rather, and if I have to pay this, that, and the other, why should that person live in freedom? It's as if these people are under a possession. And so we need to protect ourselves from that type of attack taking place. Because, as one person put it, I believe, recently in a comment, it's as if they're trying to incite people, Costilla County. And I would agree. It is as if they're trying to incite people to violence or to do something crazy. Why would you do that to elderly people? Why would you attack someone's family? Or someone that's like family? Or why would you attack families out here and turn in kids to CPS? Take kids away from their parents? But these two little demons, Cruz Soto and Colin Romero, will do just that. They will do anything. They're capable of that. They're capable of that. And they will do that. And they don't care who knows that they're doing this. It's as if they enjoy the pain they are bringing people. So we'll just take a deep breath and just allow that attempt to incite us just blow over. As we seek to ground out this foreign interference, this darkness, this evil that has contaminated the county of Costilla, that is allowing these illegal actions to go on. They want to incite us, but instead we aren't going to allow them to disrupt our spirits, because that is the agenda. And they don't even know what they're doing. Colleen and Cruz don't even know they're acting on behalf of these dark forces, but they still are regardless. They don't have to believe in those dark forces for those dark forces to have control over them, to where they literally enjoy the pain and tear they bring others. The stories that they hear about, when they hear about people going to the hospital after they visit them, they enjoy that as they drink in their bar and brag about what they do to other people. We are dealing with demonic energy that actually wants people to be afraid that that demonic energy will imprison them or kill them, because they've done it to others. I don't know if they've killed others, but they've certainly imprisoned and in some cases hurt others or assaulted others. That much is certain. And so I need to continue to shine the light on the spiritual warfare taking place in the prairie here in the mountains. This is cyclical, what is taking place when they use mercenaries to drive people off the land. Best way to protect yourself is to not be engaged in harmful actions to others, whatever the situation may be. And in our world, in this day and age, there are many things to be concerned about. And there are many people in this day and age that have had their ass handed to them. But I started to tell a story earlier without finishing the cherry on the sundae, so to speak. The man in the RV traveling with his son, coming across those police in California that try to set him up. Something happened to that police officer. He ended up in intensive care. And there are stories of police officers that have been less than kind to people, that for whatever reason have had accidents, but not just police officers, evil people, period. Slipping on something in the wrong place, falling down and cracking something. I mean, there's a reason why some people stay alive and continue on year after year, while others at some point come across an extremely unfortunate set of circumstances. And sometimes horrible things happen to good people. But I'll tell you what, in this day and age, I do see karma coming back to people. And people that are involved in harming others need to understand that there are certain laws of physics. And so engaging in theft, even if you think it's legal and you're just doing your job, engaging in theft, harming other people, putting people in the hospital, stalking people, trying to strike terror into people, all of that comes back to haunt the individual. And if you look at the United States, without a doubt, it's haunting the United States now. You look at the suicide numbers of troops coming back that have gone over to foreign countries to kick in doors and invade the lives of other people. This is a time where the energies on this planet almost are bringing karma, or those karmas, back to people. Those people that have engaged in certain activities towards others. And some people, they're disillusioned by the mainstream media. They don't know what's really going on. They don't know the true things that we should actually be concerned about. They're led in these wild goose chases. Their energy is absorbed. And people are being led down the stark path, encouraged to attack immigrants, encouraged to hurt others, join the military, drone attack an innocent village. They think it's fun. They think it's cute. They literally enjoy the vest of death that they wear around their bodies. Just like Cruz Soto and Colleen Romero, they literally enjoy the role that they're playing. The demon within, the spirit within that likes to destroy and kill and set people up and tase people and twist people's arms behind their back, telling them stop resisting, as they choke them slowly to death. They embody this Archon spirit, and we know who they are. The world knows what's going on, and legally no one has stepped in to do a fucking thing about it. This is what happens on Earth. This is the kind of planet we're in, where people are more interested in the modern distractions of the day, from Kim Kardashian to whatever football game was taking place, to whatever Trump said, to whatever Bernie Sanders said. We live in a society where people say, if I can't be free, why should they be free? Because they're stuck in the master-slave theology of today's day and age. Just ground out those illusions that keep you from seeing the true light. Take a deep breath and bring in that gold sun and ground out that foreign interference that's has a hold of your mind and a hold of your world. Balance yourself and ground yourself so you can tap into the truth yourself. We live in a world where people want to believe certain things about the world instead of seeing the world as it is, instead of seeing the government as it is, instead of seeing this situation in Costilla County as it is. Spiritual warfare. And these agents of Costilla acting like the government, spying on YouTube channels, stalking individuals, literally playing the role of the modern conquistadors with an active interest in sending people into cardiac arrest, simply because there are people out here that oppose what they're doing to innocent people, including taking people's children from them and reporting them to CPS. Cruz Soto and Colin Romero are the figureheads at the moment, the dogs of war. And they can't stand being exposed or talked about. They have a never-ending vengeance, thirst for vengeance, the torment to make an example. I think those watching right now really need to look into their hearts and ask themselves what the most important thing is right now. And ask themselves how long they're going to be silent about elderly, disabled veterans being bounced from their home. And I want them to think about what's worse than that. Victim consciousness is a part of the spell. It's looking at a story, you go, oh my God, look what the government's doing. I can't do anything about it, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut. That is a sign of being under the spell. And that is why someone should meditate to clear their own thoughts of spells that have been cast in their direction. Programming. Be it programming that may have come from the mainstream media or from this world, or programming from within their own body. Their lower self, their inner archon. And by being in this world, we all have that. We all have that inner archon that's capable of being possessed, controlled, influenced, mind-controlled. In a day and age where the majority of human beings are behaving as if they are already under control of remote control. From either here or from afar, does it really matter? So we meditate and breathe and ground and bring in the energy from the sun and the cosmic celestial forces. Bringing them in to meet the energies of the earth, canceling out all foreign energies, and becoming a powerful diamond of light, as above, so below, as below, so above. And seeing reality as it is, seeing the spirit of evil behind these code enforcement officers and what they've done to people for many, many years, and looking at what they're doing and exposing what they're doing without fear. Understanding we are dealing with the ultimate evil here. And so many Americans have remained shut, stuck in victim consciousness instead of coming to the aid of the people of Costilla County. But all that was before Daryl was hit. Now, they have gone after, truly, one of America's crown jewels. The elderly veterans of foreign wars prior to these ridiculous conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan. In a day and age where many people say support the veterans, what they're really saying is support the bloodbath taking place right now. If they really supported the veterans, those veterans that have been left in the street, homeless in America, would have a home. They would have the help that they need. They wouldn't be told that certain benefits are being cut back. They wouldn't be told that they have to wait a certain amount of months before they can get their health care. A lot of people say support the troops or celebrate on Veterans Day. They've forgotten those from the past. And some have also confused the morality of wars from the past with wars of today. Not to argue in favor of any wars of the past, but the past was the past. There was a time where men were drafted in this country. The 9/11 deception took men that volunteered to jump in the bloodbath. A direct distinction between veterans of Vietnam and veterans of the Afghan or Iraqi wars. It seems that many people in this country have forgotten about the elderly. It seems that many people in this country have forgotten to have a heart. It seems that many people in this county have no understanding of karma. It seems on this planet, wherever we look, people are shrouded in darkness and confusion. Let us breathe and ground to the earth so we can protect our mind from sabotage, from deception, from illusion. Let us breathe out with power so we can expand our influence, expand our light, and expand the goodness within us. There are no victims. We're each students in this classroom. We each bear responsibility for doing the right thing. And being brave in the face of grave threat is evolution. When you're doing the right thing and you have faith in something greater. What they want us is to be afraid of death, arrest, defamation, attack, each and every day. That's why some people venomously, for a long time, attacked me in the SLV Just Us group without knowing me in an attempt to see if that would break my spirit. Instead, it only made me stronger by helping me realize the power of my voice, the power of this message, the power of this YouTube channel, and the need to work harder than ever to bring light to what is happening in Costilla County and to work harder than ever to make the world a better place, to make the county a better place for future generations. These thugs that seek to fuck with our lives at present are only temporary players and puppets of this Archon-controlled matrix. And they know the role that they play, and they enjoy it, while they have the youth to enjoy it. They have no idea the wreckage they're creating for themselves spiritually. They are lost. Do not waste time being angry at these demon children. They are miserable in their own personal lives for a very specific reason. Unfortunately for them, they don't understand. You don't actually make your life better by going out harming others. You actually dig a large ditch for yourself. You can have your health and your strength in your physical prime as a male only to fall apart years later. When all that evil and everything that you've done to other people catches up with you in your relationships, the violence, the drug abuse, the alcoholism, all of it, it catches up with you in your own nightmares. As a lot of these people from the old days, that took steroids and fucked up their body are living nightmares in their 40s and 50s and 60s with incredibly damaged egos. And in some cases being fed upon by the same system that they served. The ultimate humiliation. Do you understand what I'm talking about, boy? Do you understand when one day you're on the other side of the system? See, in the end, the universe is in charge of what goes down, who lives and who dies. There are others that think they have the right to tell others whether they get to live or die or whether they get to live here or there. They foolishly see themselves as those that have inherited a divine right to rule over someone else. Whether it's a divine right or a legal right given by the city or county as they don the outfit of the controller of the local town archon that maintains authority and structure, that will smash down opposition, that will imprison dissent. You can go ahead and leave the problems of Babylon, but you can come here to Costilla County and find hell knocking right at your door. The hounds of hell. If you speak out, you can find that microscopic eye of Sauron upon you as you look over your shoulder at the hills. Someone watching me. Is that fuel line in my RV that's been cut recently the result of a rat or someone following me? Was that person that followed me several days ago in the blue truck, was that the individual who made the phone call and said he's up that road? There. Get them and flush them out and cause them great misery, says the evil spirit, the decrepit old spirit, holding onto the minds and spirits of those enforcers of these dark draconian regulations, while the masses watch and eat their pizza and drink their beer and smoke their cigarettes as another day goes by, as we look back at all that information that we already got out about Costilla County and we go, what has been done about it? Where is the legal attention? Yes, we know what they're doing is criminal. They know what they're doing is criminal. But they're doing it anyways. They're doing it anyways. What does that really say about our society? What does that really say about consciousness? Is this not the sequel to Idiocracy? Is this not the Twilight Zone? Is it not akin to an episode of Dark City, which I uploaded a clip from recently, which I'm sure Costilla County was a fan of? Costilla County hires new trainee, new code enforcement officer. You will be trained by Satan's daughters and Satan's sons. It's like the Middle Ages, where Gnostic thought, a spiritual perspective on what's going on, could get you targeted and your Gnostic friends targeted for having the gall to speak your mind. And people have the balls to tell me that this is a free country, that this is America, that this is not evil, that we've evolved, that this is not racism, but it is. In real time, while the masses watch, feeling victimized, but never picking up that phone and calling the people that need to know that this is taking place. The Archons have done one hell of a job on the human species. So we breathe and we meditate to protect our minds from the archonic influences and the evils of this world and what they are bringing the human species. And we know we live in a day and age where they are entrapping souls and leading people to great evils, hurting others, spying on others, playing games with others, manipulating others, even in their sexual relationships. It's almost as if they're being given power by something, a form of pleasure, a high, if you will, for engaging in doing harm to another individual. This world has fallen, Neo, and it is in a lost state, and it has been in a lost state, and everything that you're seeing now is just simply a reflection of this fallen world. And all I can really say is that there's a reason that we're here, and there's a way to get out of here. But to get out of here, we have to have a soul. To literally, when we pass over, lift beyond the controlled veils of this earth, we literally have to have a soul. When we stay here on this planet and we hurt others, and we set people up and drive people with their, we lose our soul. When we assume that people are terrorists when they cross the border, and we say that they should be put in camps, when people call for whole countries to be bombed and decimated without any feelings whatsoever, we lose our soul when we do that, when we harm others. You might think you get away with things and you can turn off your body cams and you can turn off this and that. You cannot hide from the forces of the universe. In the dark of night, when you're all alone, when you're going down that hill and it's slick, and that part of you hopes that you stay on the road and everything is A-okay. You ain't going to be A-okay when you run around hurting other people. And for a lot of Americans, they're going to be living through the coming collapse. They're not going to be okay. For a lot of those Americans that have tortured and been okay with the rape and slaughter of people in other countries and all these other things that have taken place, those cops that have set people up, that have beat up little kids and raped women in jail, they have a whole nightmare waiting for them. And who's to say when we're occupied by some foreign army that they themselves could be the unlucky ones to end up in one of their camps. Their family members, their wives could end up one of those to make the mistake or have the accident of stumbling upon foreign troops at a dangerous time in America's future, where there is no infrastructure and there is no police, where police are freaked out and police are quitting their jobs because they don't know what's happening. Police across America that have been doing horrible things don't understand. They and their children, if they have any, are going to have to live in the world that they helped create. And that same system that they helped serve is going to eat their children. That same system that they served is going to eat their children alive. There's only one way off this planet, and that is with a soul with a high enough voltage to get out of this Earth's control veil. There's so many ways for you to pleasure yourself and pay yourself and feed yourself, hurting other human beings on this planet. It is entrapment. It is the ultimate setup. Government setups, FBI setups, those are man-made, microscopic setups that really reflect other forms of setups. It's just reflecting what is happening on another level. So there's ways that they want to set you up right now to keep you on this prison planet, to keep you on this farm. I'm here to remind you that you don't have to be a slave anymore, Neo. You can be free. You can free your mind. You can free your body. And you can free your spirit. And at that point, there's nothing that they can do to you because they don't have that kind of power. They don't have that kind of power. They only think they do. They only dream that they do. They only wish that they did. The illusion of power and all that comes with it. And so this is why materialism is a trap. When people are stuck in the flesh and the physical plane and they're holding on to this world and they're holding on to their lives and they're stuck in fear and they're holding on to their girlfriends and boyfriends and mates and husbands and wives and their kids and their parents, and they're not realizing that there is so much more than this lifetime, than our names in capital letters on our ID or our birth name or our genetics. Have you ever wondered what you really look like in spirit? Can you even conceive that you have a unique appearance? That may itself be an illusion, but still in the world of spirit, beyond this matrix, there certainly is another identity that I feel that we all share as a common family, spiritually. Future forms of tyranny and police and authority on this planet are going to be much more frightening than that which they are today. Their appearance may be more likable. There may be more female RoboCops walking amongst us. But ultimately, there's going to be a greater callousness towards life as we go through this genocide that is taking place now and about to happen. And it's conditioning the human species, aspects of it, those that are alive today that are susceptible to programming, to accept the unacceptable. And so it's important that you know that reincarnating, the possibility of that on this planet, may not be a very good thing. Alex Ansary here, November 20th, 2015.